He's got a lot of family and friends watching from Detroit. And he's trying to make them proud, and he will. First free kick of the game for Detroit Arabs. Attacking against. Phenomenal shot, that right foot. Really clean. I think if the Mississauga Dolphins defender didn't get in front of that, Sebastian would have a difficult time saving it.
And folks, just to clarify, we had a couple-minute feed cut out there, but you're dialed in on semifinal number 1 between the Mississauga Dolphins against the Detroit Arabs, and things are looking spicy as we get kicked off here.
Mississauga Dolphins defender Isaiah, phenomenal defense. Not known for his defense, known for his foot skills, but he can do both, can't he?
There's a man who knows how to please everyone.
Dolphins known for using their star talisman, who happens to be the goalie, Sebastian. Twinkle toes, they call him sometimes. Not every time. Look what he's doing. I can't do that. That's why I'm commentating here with you, Luke.
And boy, I couldn't have been happier. And look at Z right there, just open. There's a man who you want the ball to get at his feet.
Across the Shab, he was a wall in the first game. Flawless. Lee on the side, play TFC Academy, passing it across.
And let's see if he can switch that ball around to Chris the Noodles.
Noodles, another star in the first game.
And look at that beautiful pressing coming out, making them think, keeping them honest.
The top teams, there are 4 of the best teams at this tournament. I wouldn't say there were a lot of upsets. Everyone here deserves to be here in the semis, and every team has a goalie with feet.
And there's a reason for that. That really translates well to this golden goal sort of format. Something we really want to see. Games ending on a goal, games looking good. And look at that power put into play.
Great
man
tackle,
down.
Not a foul, advantage.
Man overboard over there.
Romario. And that's just what Sebastian brings. His feet are great, his hands are great, and the play is stopped for an injury.
Looking down. Hopefully he can get back up with a not too serious injury, though things aren't looking too good at this moment.
Very important player for Mississauga Dolphins. This does not bode well, but they have a stacked bench.
And look at that team rallying together. Man's coming on him, making sure that their boy is good.
Time continues to go, knocking time off that 30 minutes. If you're just joining now, after 30 minutes, we go into golden goal territory, where whatever the score is after 30, we're playing till a target score of +1 on whoever is winning. So the game is never over until it gets to extra time.
As they like to say, so the fat lady sings.
A little bit of teams feeling each other out. Detroit Arabs have had some breaks, but bulk of the possession has been going to the Dolphins.
Absolutely, and that's something that we've been seeing time in and time out. Detroit Arabs soaking that up like a sponge, making sure that, yeah, they get the ball, but it's not going to be easy. You're not getting past them anytime soon.
No, and they are collective. They don't have very many people on their team. They travel light, as they're known to do in Detroit.
Yeah, listen, that's not my experience having their pizza, but to each their own.
Deep dish Detroit pizza, some of the best.
Folks, we look like we're about to get back here. Bless up.
He's wincing. He's in pain.
For our
I'm a betting man. I'm betting he does not enter, but maybe if Dolphins go through, he'll get an IV drip and he'll be back tomorrow.
Way too much drip drip. Way too much drip drip.
Rashad, who was the goal scorer in the first game for the quarters, he's on.
And let's see what he can do and translate into game one.
A lot of magic men at this tournament, and Rashad is one of them.
Absolutely. Men with the magical fingers. That makes anyone happy.
Like we said, goalies tend to have great feet at this stage of the tournament. Lath, no foul. And they continue on. Lee with the ball.
Lee,
another TFC Academy player.
Lee, the leader, so to speak. Follow the leader.
Isaiah loses the possession.
And look at the Detroit.
Lee.
Oh,
penalty. And it's a penalty. Oh, my goodness, for Detroit. They can capitalize. They're happy.
And
but
this is what it is. You just don't give them an inch.
At what cost is this going to happen? Is Lath in pain, similar to Schaub? A lot of injuries. It's feisty. There is $100,000 on the line. Luke, what would you do with $100,000?
Yeah, listen, besides looking at a low-fee stock index fund, potentially a down payment, potentially pay off my crippling debt. We'll
Very
see.
safe, but you got to risk it all, and I think these teams are going to risk it all at this tournament.
Absolutely here, Rob. And it really makes you think, what is the magic formula to crack the code to get to Toronto's, dare I say, Canada's biggest ever money tournament?
Well, they are going to be relying on Ace. They call him Ace, probably because he's the talisman. Is he going to score? We haven't seen a goal get by Sebastian today. He hasn't seen one for himself. Is he going to see one right now?
Let's find out. Sebastian, seemingly in a central manner.
And a phenomenal save, and another save. Sebastian, oh my goodness. He's brought it.
Gracious. Folks, if that man doesn't get half the equity of this prize pool, I don't know what they're doing.
Less than 50,000, he's getting robbed, and he's robbing a lot of people today.
And Detroit Arabs really looking like they had a shot at a hand on the tournament there.
Detroit have to keep their head up on this. Even though it's a missed penalty, they got themselves into a chance to even get that penalty, and that bodes well. Dolphins firing.
And there's a man, silky, like a gazelle almost. Number 11, Francisco.
Cisco, as he's known by his friends. And his friends are watching today. Whether it's online or in person, he's going to entertain them with a shot. Just wide.
And that's what we need to see here, folks. Teams looking to take a shot on net. Teams looking to make sure keep the goalies awake.
One of my favorite R&B artists, Cisco. Don't know if it was named after him.
Shout out.
Interception. Hoche. Oh, they grab him. It's feisty. You'd do anything for $100K. Just about.
Just about. There's nothing I'd say no to.
Back to Cisco. He's found some success.
And immediately they look to Chris Noodles time and time again for a reason. There's a man who knows.
Probably my third favorite player at this tournament.
I'd probably put him as fourth for myself.
Was that a save by the player or the goalie? It was the player, Romario.
That's why he's here today. Bringing that physical presence.
Doing it for Detroit.
They don't call it Rock City for nothing there, Rob.
The automobile capital in the world. They're going to try to drive this home. All for Michigan.
The great state of Michigan.
Free kick for the Dolphins with Noodles. And it's a break by Ace, who missed the penalty, but
he's not giving up.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it. And you know what? To shoot from there, you have to have confidence. And it looks like he didn't lose any confidence from the penalty, and I like to see that.
And that's what you need to see. That's how you know he's a real leader of this squad. And here we go. We got the real engine of the team here. And Sanad really does everything I wouldn't do, and it seems to be working. So
Rashad will score in the first game. He is so dangerous anytime he gets the ball.
And Sanad
back to Cisco. Can you hear that? Great stop.
And look at that beautiful pressure placed
Just the
here.
experience from Sebastian to not lose that ball there.
For Mario Simpson, really bringing that defensive presence that you need in a tournament like this, making sure attackers don't get too comfortable on the ball.
Tactics have been set. Mississauga holding a bulk of the possession, using their goalie. And the Detroit Arabs are just a quick counter-attacking team. The Dortmunds of old, Dortmunds of new.
And a fantastic drive forward there.
Cisco, instead of passing it back, he is turning, and now it's a dangerous break.
And a beautiful tackle. Oh, interesting call there by the referee.
No comment from me, but we let it play. Detroit are upset about that.
Sanad making his thoughts clear. Disagreement spectacular.
Sorry for the language if you heard that at home. We don't condone any of that, but when the stakes are this high, you gotta feel for the players.
Folks, we apologize.
Back to Noodles, favorite nickname in the tournament.
Ace stepping.
Maybe we'll interview him after and he'll tell us why. But he says people only know him as Noodles. Chris is his first name, which is a beautiful first name.
Not sure why he's not sticking with it, but something must be working to get him to this point here.
He's cooking. Sebastian.
And Ace with a beautiful beard.
Zaya.
Got to make sure I ask what his secret of success is there.
Chris passing.
And Francisco given a somewhat tough pass.
And
for
look at Detroit on the break.
Like,
look at Detroit late. He's
want.
going in.
And
They
hits
were
the
looking
ball
for
a
a
little
foul,
too
but
easily.
now Magic Man Rashad's about to shoot.
And fantastic
Great
defensive
recovery.
work. Fantastic defensive work there, folks.
Lath, who was on the break in attack, lost the ball, thought he got fouled, went all the way back on defense and helped his team out. It's that type of effort that you need to win this tournament. Cisco getting a lot of action in this first bit.
Number 6 Rain coming in earlier, like this morning, for Detroit Rock City.
Cisco doing a little dipsy doodle. How do you do?
And an interesting
Goalie
post there.
off his line, which is what you want. It's a risky game.
Mujib here on the line, collecting the ball. Interesting look.
Oh, phenomenal
Zeev.
footwork.
Zeev, phenomenal on the ball.
He plays at Rexdale from time to time, pick up soccer, and that's where the skills come to play.
And so you see Chris back here in the defensive role. I want to see him drive a little forward, you know. Really.
Zaya with the control, keeps it in, but they're on you like a hawk, aren't they?
And Ace has the ball yet again. It seems like this man doesn't know what to do without it, but he knows what to do. Oh, tension's flaring on the other side there, folks.
There's a lot of stakes happening. The aggression takes a hold. Look at this.
We're seeing some tension here. And we need to make sure that things stay PG for the fan base.
We apologize for those of you at home affected by this, but we're hoping the referee takes it under control.
Sports League Canada does have a strict no violence policy. Let's make sure.
We don't like to see it, but we understand it, don't we, Luke?
Sometimes, the heat of the moment, it's hard to say no to a man.
Security brought to you by BSB. Got a security guard right beside me, so I feel safe. He's laughing, but I'm serious.
And I feel safe in his hands.
In his arms, in his hands, we're in good company, that's for sure. I can't even hear myself, it's so loud.
A bit of confusion on the field, it seems.
Detroit want the ball, but the ball's going to go to Mississauga. Detroit not happy about that. Michigan not happy about that.
The great state of Michigan.
Our neighbors to the south.
And the north.
Yeah, the north.
Fun bit of trivia.
Noodles. Usually you don't want to be called a wet noodle, but with his case, it's a compliment. Lewis, not to be confused with Louise. Sebastian. Lewis wants it. Lewis gets it, but he probably wanted it a little deeper.
Don't we all some days?
Sebastian went flawless.
Chris needs to be told he has the time to turn and take a look, because he had a chance there, and boy, did it look good.
That's how he slips through like a noodle.
Like a slippery fish.
Dolphins with a lot of dangerous chances. Detroit with a missed penalty. This game could go either way. Very stop and go, a lot of fouls.
Not what I like to
keeping
see.
it tight.
Not what I like to see whatsoever. I like a loose flowing game here,
I'm
folks.
a big free flowing guy too, Luke. We're on the same page there.
I let it hang loose.
Chest control.
And a beautiful one at that. Folks, Rashawn, there's a man you should all be trying to get on your team next season.
Very Zlatan Ibrahimovic-esque with the chest control. Very Drogba. Cisco.
But I hardly knew her.
Oh.
Cisco really asking the questions.
Feels like this whole half has been dominated by Cisco. He had the ball almost every time. A lot of danger happens when it goes to Cisco.
If he's singing, I want to hear that song.
Somebody play it in the background. Those of you on the chat, play a Cisco song if you haven't heard of him.
And Ace fouled, or seemingly pushed, but establishing dominance.
You're at a party with this in the background. You want to play Cisco, he'll get you 100 grand. Back to Romario, who is a solid defender. Safe at the back. Look at these turns, phenomenal. Detroit, Rock City.
Detroit Arabs' first seemingly solid shot on target, just off, unfortunately.
Yeah. I definitely like a shoot from anywhere approach, but for Sebastian in net, you got to
the bar has special. Bar has to be higher there, that's for sure, Rob.
Starting to sense a little nervousness from the groups. People don't want to make that big mistake.
Like my first high school dance. You want to make sure everything's okay.
Cisco again. Seabass. Back to, not Cisco. He moved away. I couldn't follow him. Hopefully the defenders do. Hoche. Cisco.
Somebody get this man a song.
And back to Sebastian. They're playing it very safe, but very tactical. Very nuanced.
Uniquely a little dangerous here because Detroit Arabs are known for their counterattack style. Mississauga Dolphins seemingly swimming in the ocean right now, where they seem to be at peace.
They say they're as intelligent as humans. I think a little smarter.
In this case, definitely.
And that's just what Detroit Arabs do. They are willing to take the pressure, and they're lightning quick on the counterattack.
Take the beating. Absorb it.
Sponge-like from the Detroit players. And
it's right.
Goal! Detroit! Sebastian hasn't seen a goal go through that.
Michigan is rocking here, folks.
Like we said in the first game, when the Dolphins go up, they do not lose, but now they have to fight back. Yesterday's game, they were down 2 and still won 6-2. So the Dolphins are never out. I don't even think they're nervous about this.
And like the great Gene Simmons said, he was made for loving you, baby.
Another Detroit artist, if you haven't seen of Gene Simmons, lock him up. Big tongue. Seabass. Up to Cisco, the magic man.
Cisco thinking. What's he cooking, though?
Hopefully some noodles. Lewis.
Noodle's a little isolated there in the corner, but he's got the ball now. Let's see.
Noodle, they called him.
There we go.
It's not just us calling him that. You can trust us at home. We got the names right.
And a great fake there. Oh, and
They're
things are
complaining
looking
about a slide, and that's where it's a bit of a gray line between what is a slide and what is a slide tackle. That was a slide, and the ref didn't think it was a slide tackle.
And folks, we're
Slide
sitting at
tackles
12
are
minutes
illegal.
left here.
But you know what? If you slide, it's okay. Great interception by Noodles. Great touch by Lewis.
Lewis really bringing the heat here.
Oh, the turnaround. We got Cisco. We got Isaiah here on the bench waiting to come on. He can deliver. Cisco, who's played the whole game and has been dangerous.
And frankly, he needs to stay on at this point, folks. That's a song I want on loop at this point.
The old ball roll.
You know what? We keep finding a goalie here for Mississauga Dolphins doing that. Not too sure I want to be doing that against Detroit Arabs.
Now, Luke, I'm not seeing a lot of off-the-ball runs here. I keep seeing them pass to Cisco, pass to Seabass. We need to see a little more from the Dolphins, and maybe that was it. quick substitutions on the fly. Best part about indoor.
Team really knows how to utilize them for their advantage.
Noodles decides not to go for Seabass and take it himself.
Oh,
and a clearance. If you've never been to the hangar, you know the ceilings are low. And any clearance hits that top and it's a free kick. Any free kicks are two-touch.
Things are looking a little messy here, like a buffet on a Sunday night.
Indirect, as they call it in the FIFA rules.
Let's see if our ref can contain this mess. Make sure things really keep
Setting
going.
up the wall 5 steps away.
And the goalie reading
what
that.
a save! The
goalie reading that like a tarot card there, folks. Knowing what's going to happen before it does.
Back to Seabass.
Mississauga Dolphins looking for that back post. Fortunately, couldn't hit it.
Seabass out of his net, can get caught, doesn't usually because he's so good. Look at that pass to Cisco. Oh, and that's what you risk, especially a team that wants to do that counterattack play like Detroit.
Sanad number 10, showing a little bit of frustration there with a late challenge on him. There's a man with a tough skill set.
Oh, a little bit of an advantage, but he's stopping the play.
Slightly interesting decision making here, folks.
Subs are coming off. We've got Rashad coming in and Isaiah. 2 absolute footy ballers.
2 men them you want to make sure are on the field.
Yes. You don't set up a team and have them play limited minutes. And that's what I mean. He wins himself a corner, does he? Yes, he does.
You need to see the ref here interjecting.
Starting to feel the tensity in the game. What a save by the keeper.
And folks, let's take a look at that goal breakdown one more time. Let's hit it.
Right through the legs.
A team who really knows what they're doing. They punish. And boy, do I like some punishment.
That replay brought to you by SLC for all your men's leagues needs. Soccer specifically, but I hear they have softball. Luke, we'd make a really good softball duo, wouldn't we?
Power hitter.
Power stopper.
2 forces couldn't be stopped.
Injury happening, and Mississauga Dolphins taking advantage of this. Tactically speaking, they're working out how to solve the Detroit problem. Detroit looking really good in this game.
Detroit looking like they know what they want. Like the GM of the hangar here today, folks.
It's a welcome break so I could catch my breath because this has been an excellent game thus far.
Just like the weekend said, take my breath away.
Sanad with the throw out. Lath.
The unfortunate pass here. Apologies.
Any mishit is punished in this small-sided game. Noodles.
Unfortunately, and Sanad with a typical press he does that you just don't stop. Even if you tell him not to.
Cisco now on the right side.
And Sanad stepping again. Oh, and a little bit of confusion there on who needs to take care of that, but with an overload from a goalie playing out of the back.
Back to Noodles. Trying to unlock this defense. This Detroit team is running ragged. Out to Noodles. Romario, just a beast back there.
Undeniable at this point, folks.
Stature, so strong.
And the team's got to be looking at the clock winding down here thinking, we need to start thinking about target score here, folks. Golden goal, as I like to say it.
Luke, tell us a little bit about the target score.
Sure, Rob. So as the game ends after 30 minutes, it's leading goal team +1. So in an example right now, with it being 1-0, first team to 2 goals wins. So there's a lot on stage here, and a little bit of flying on the ground here. A little bit of frustration showing.
The old slide thing, at least they're consistent with the referees. Slide tackling, not allowed.
A little bit of that trash talking that no
But
one likes.
he has called it a slide tackle. He's calling it a slide tackle. Dolphins are upset
Interesting.
because there was an earlier slide tackle call. And they're out. You can't put your head down for a second, folks. Nice shimmy. Lath. Isaiah. Again, not known for his defensive work, but
Rashawn.
he has been a defensive rock.
Rashawn.
Rashawn, he's so good!
Oh, my
goal! The Dolphins tie it up!
And they are in this. Folks, you could not make this up today.
Like I said, in the round of 16, they were down 2, and they came back and scored 6 straight.
That's
in this
composure.
game. Only down 1, you gotta like their chances. A wake-up call for Detroit.
Oh, and there's that.
Isaiah, and you know what? Forget everything I said about his defensive. He is the best defender here.
And that's the reason why he's a League One star here, folks.
I miss under.
Self-described star. Reconfirmed with the playmaking he's doing. Oh, and a little
Can't exactly play on the ground, but I guess the referee was okay with it.
Interesting here. And he's coming off, unfortunately. Real bedrock of this team.
Detroit Arabs ball. They let it go out thinking it was theirs, but Detroit ball. How will that play out? Great effort in the corner. Cross. Somebody needed to be there.
And no dice. Looks up, takes the shot. And boom goes the dynamite.
Things are calming down with Seabass. He's from Uruguay. He wanted us to know it. He's got that Latin flair. That's why his feet are so good. Great
really
save
shown.
by the keeper.
And Sanad with a little clearance out there. Expert defense by Cisco.
This time it is their ball. Mississauga Dolphins going to go back to the Uruguayan.
The shot stopper, the wall, Sebastian.
Seabass is also a great fish, but they are the Dolphins.
Of the Atlantic.
Oh, Isaiah!
Detroit caught sleeping
Really
a
would have
little.
put his team ahead.
A bit indicative of the geo-economic situation in the city in the past recent history.
What an outside of the football to Lath. Lath's gonna cook something. It's a corner kick. Great call. As you can see, very crowded from all the fans watching. Everyone yelling.
And folks fighting for a seed here. Looks a bit like a bloodbath, unfortunately.
A lot of you at home are probably yelling at the screen.
So for those at home, crack a cool one in my honor.
Crack 2 in mine. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got golden goals right after this, and we've got a heater of a game between BSB and DG right after this one. And we'll be commentating as well.
So to make sure to hit back,
Rashad,
relax, and get crack-a-lackin'.
Cisco, the main man. He probably wants it back.
Chris looking for that ball there, making sure he wants it. Makes that
Seabass.
clear.
Favorite character from Dumb and Dumber.
Sanad really looking like he's going to press that goalie, waiting for the hint.
Really wonder why they switched Cisco to this right side, because he's been very dangerous on the left.
And it's just not hitting in the same way.
That's why we're not coaches, Luke. They're going to cook something nice for us.
Unfortunately, you are right.
Won't be seafood.
Oh, and see, that's reward the Detroit Arabs need to convince themselves to keep this high press. Yeah, like I
We
said
had a
before.
good view on that, and you folks at home probably did too.
Guys
But look
getting-
what had happened. Oh, you gotta think Rashad's gonna score a goal like that.
Detroit Arabs getting a little lackadaisy on defense there. Got to make sure your
former-
passes are hitting in the right way.
TFC caliber player.
And Cisco showing his frustration with some of the recent decisions.
Never
Gotta
a
make
good
sure to
sign if you
step.
take it out on the referees.
something we strongly condemn here at SLC Canada.
And I think those of you at home agree with us. Referees are the best part of this game.
Oh, and an interesting little dilemma there.
Yep, wasn't okay with that. And the referee protects the player. Great call.
Which is what it's all about here,
That's why we love him.
Family fun is all we want.
Oh, a break for Detroit.
Typical Detroit attack here. Let's see what we can do here, folks.
Oh, and that's why you put Cisco on the right side. Here he comes.
That's why, folks. And so many bodies.
It's a great defensive effort.
You can't stop the man.
It's Romario. It's the wall. Call him Seabass because Romario is stopping everything.
And Cisco really looking like that creative outlet the team needs.
Cisco now in the center. Where isn't he? He's all over. He's now right wing. Lewis wide open on this side. Has the ball now. What will he cook up?
Stir fry, potentially.
You could see it from here. Noodles wants it, but it's going to Cisco.
And Ace stepping to him. Let's see what Ace can do here. Taking a role typically handled by Sanad, number 10. Who's off at the moment.
Very chess versus checkers over here, Luke, isn't it?
I still don't know how to play chess.
Me neither, but I've heard that said once.
Cisco toying with the ball here. Sebastian teasing something. Ooh, naughty, naughty. Cisco getting clever. Cisco getting so many bodies in the box. You're not going to stop that.
Just as I said, why is Cisco on the right? He shows me why I'm commentating and not playing. He is phenomenal on the right, phenomenal on the left. Put him anywhere.
And frustration is boiling over here like cooked milk.
And there you have it, folks. 30 minutes done. What happens now? Luke will tell you.
And
Folks, 30 minutes are done, and now we play to target score. The score's 1-1. We're playing to 2. Next goal wins. Whoever wins this game comes back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Same location, not same field. We're on the other side, but
number 3, my personal favorite.
$20, and you get to see one team walk away with $100,000.
Referee's getting a little distracted here, taken away from the broadcasting center. Need to keep things in check here, folks.
So as we said previously, the game's going to start 5-on-5 with a goalie on each side, 6 players on each side, and every 3 minutes, we're taking a player off from each side. Who's the player we take off? They decide, but it'd be pretty cool if we did, Luke, wouldn't it?
Boy, I sure want to be tampered with that way.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't like us, but you got a poll from the chat. We'll want this guy off.
Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and you can vote, folks.
Chat, why don't you tell us, who do you want to win this game? Let's hear it. I know what I want. I think I want what everyone wants, and it's to see 1v1. Like I said, every 3 minutes, a player comes off. It becomes 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 2-on-2, and then finally, 1 and a goalie.
For the folks at home, commentating is a personal hobby of ours. Let's make sure to keep the peace here.
Mississauga Dolphins start with the ball, 5v5, so nothing really changes from the way they're going to set up on how they played the first 30 minutes. So you'll see Seabass get the ball a lot. You'll see Cisco get the ball a lot.
Let's see what happens.
Working it around. One mistake seals it. One bit of class seals it. Who will come out on top?
You just know this ball's going to go back to Cisco. Oh, and there's a reason why I'm not even commentating right now, folks.
Oh! Great clearance by Detroit. The state of Michigan with their heart in their throat.
Cisco's sitting here waiting for that ball. Let's see if it comes to him. And he does. Oh, and he does a clever look back.
Fine margins here, folks. Anything could happen in golden goal. Out to Cisco.
See what the Dolphins can conjure up here. Not native to the area. But let's see if they can do something.
Phenomenal shot by Isaiah.
Seeing a nice long ball from the corner there. That's the way to stretch this game out.
It's great control.
Cisco with a beautiful touch there.
All the pressure.
Chris the Noodle Man.
Noodles gets out of a slippery little corner.
And Ace leading the line here. Looking to step the goalie. Sanat to his left.
He is the general.
The commander.
The Uruguayan.
The legend.
Cisco probably the most touches of anyone on the Dolphins.
And Ace dropping back there. All right, let's see if Detroit Arabs can pull a little counter out of the pockets here.
Like we said, folks, the next goal wins. Whoever scores wins and books their ticket to the final. Romario showing he could use his feet as well.
And a beautiful touch there, taken by the Detroit Arabs. Unfortunately, couldn't keep
always
it.
on defense.
Unstoppable.
Hasn't messed up on defense once. Slow and steady. Seabass progresses the ball.
Looking at near the end of this first round of golden goal, folks. Suspense is killing me here. A little bit of a miscommunication there on the defense.
Dolphins ball, they continue it. Looks like this is the last play before both teams lose a player and space opens up.
Cisco really wanting that ball again. Let's see what Sebastian does. Good defensive work here coming out of the Detroit Arabs. Making sure there's no openings.
Oh my goodness,
Off
what a
the
shot.
bar, but not in.
Not a goal.
No.
You have to have a hawk eye to see if that went in.
Unreal sportsmanlike here, folks.
Not-
What a shot, what a look.
Unfortunately, no VAR in the building. Not to say that that's not coming in the future. Who knows what SLC has planned. But at this tournament, at this stage, it's the referee's call. 4-on-4, folks. A lot more space to run at people.
Something that you think both teams want.
Both teams have runners,
And
but none as good as Isaiah. Here he comes with Cisco.
And ref with an interesting decision here, folks.
Pandemonium. You have Seabass running out of his net. Some would call advantage, but he gave a yellow, so he stopped the play.
Let's see where this goes, folks. And vocal frustration being shared here.
The indoor game is a game of inches. Every call is a big call, and both teams are feeling it.
And sudden death, they don't call it sudden for nothing.
Here they go. Noodles. Mr. Noodles himself. Back to Sebastian.
The typical look of this team is really interesting.
He is a futsal pro.
Yes. Sebastian controlling the ball there. Almost like an extra player that's so pivotal in the target score, golden goal time.
Games like this, you gotta think the team with the better goalie with their feet wins, but
Cisco seemingly lost in the light there.
when you give away balls like that, you don't do your team any favors. Cisco playing the entire game. He must be tired, but in shape he is.
And Ace not on the field. Oh, there he is actually checking out. Sanad opening up the field there. There we go. Driving forward. Ace in the corner.
Oh my goodness! We haven't seen him play much, Yugi.
And
Maybe that
really
chance
needs
came
to
a
do
little too
better
early.
on
It's a
that kind of
3-on-1.
3-on-3 now.
They run back.
Cisco
Back to
passing it
Isaiah. Isaiah with the shot. He faked
Isaiah
it
unfortunately
too.
couldn't keep
He's
that.
known to do that.
So not driving forward with the ball. A little ambitious, but like the thought.
I don't know on Sebastian if that kind of shot works.
Not going to work typically. That's for sure, folks.
4-on-4. Jose comes in.
Let's see what he can do here, folks.
Isaiah must be
Coming in
really
with some
tired
fresh
because
legs.
he's been super dangerous in this extra time, but he needs a bit of a breather. Makes room for Cisco.
And great defensive header there, folks.
That's going to hurt in the morning.
Somebody call the doctor.
Dr. Kova, where are you? A lot of short corners we're seeing. Back to El Maestro. Oh, to Noodles, who's played
passing it
significant minutes
back.
as well.
Yeah, significant minutes. Got to take a toll on the body. Cisco open again. Interesting that they're leaving him open, but I guess you have to with Sebastian. Such good footwork.
Dolphins playing a little cat and mouse with the Detroit Arabs. And if the cartoons have anything to say about it, the cat doesn't always win. Oh,
Great
look at
defense on
this.
Cisco there, making him think. What's he gonna do? Rain really pressing on him. Wow, look at that fitness.
Wow. Cisco with feet like that.
Rain really making the man work
With-
here.
Nerves like that.
Unreal pressing here, folks.
Hands on the knees. He looks tired. I bet you he's not.
Detroit Arabs asking for timeout. Unfortunately, they don't realize it's not their possession, which they can't take. Detroit Arabs goalie needs to get back on his line
They
to
don't
avoid an
understand the
embarrassing
rules
one.
of timeout. Neither did I till right now, but apparently you need to have possession of the ball to do a timeout.
Mississauga Dolphins really read the rule book, it looks like here, folks.
Yep. Real tactical advantage to know the rules. Sebastian from Uruguay leading this team forward. Out to Cisco.
Cisco with the ball. Sebastian's going to have to take a shot potentially. Cisco passing it back and forth like a yo-yo here, folks.
What a shot! And that's why he's one of the players of the tournament.
Rising out of the water.
What a game. Look what it means to them. They can rest because they'll be back tomorrow.
And
at 1
Mississauga
p.m. in the
lives
finals.
another day.
Incredible work.
Folks, that's Mississauga Dolphins through to the finals here. Stay tuned. Make sure you're staying in for the next game we got coming up at 9DG
Signing off,
against
folks.
BSB. Take care. Good night, Sandy.
to the man.